Today is Monday, March 17th, 2014, St. Patrick's Day, so shalom. Welcome to another episode of Recca Monday here on Pretty Much It, where every week we tell you guys about the movies, games, music, TV, and comics to check out. I think that's it, and that was a bird. Before we get into this week's episode, I have to let you know that we have a commentary track up for Food Fight. Yes, if you know what Food Fight is, you know that this is an incredible commentary track, and if you don't know what it is, then you should look into it. But we also have, for Patreon supporters, a commentary track for The Secret Life Season 4. Yeah, we're chugging right along. We're almost done because I think Season 5 is the final season. I cannot wait to see what happens, but definitely check that out if you're a Patreon supporter, and if not, it's only $5 a month to get commentary tracks included early. But let's get into this week, starting off with what movies are coming out. First things first, we've got The Muppets Most Wanted. I don't know if I'm going to check it out. I think I've said in the past that I'm not specifically like a huge fan of the Muppets. I think they're great. I think, everything Jim Henson is great. I respect the hell out of the guy, but, it's not like I grew up really with the Muppets like other people did. I am very excited for this other movie coming out that I grew up with, and I grew up with the source material. It really changed my life, and that's Divergent. I'm kidding, obviously. This looks like garbage. This looks like the worst of the worst as far as these young adult novel movies go. And I will probably see it, just out of morbid curiosity. But that's it for movies coming out this week. Let's move on to DVDs. First things first, we've got Frozen, which I'm kind of frozen out here right now. It's a little bit chilly, but this movie is fantastic. I loved it. I'm sure all of you have already purchased it on digital download. I think they did that early, which is pretty cool. But we also have Saving Mr. Banks, which I highly recommend for anyone that didn't see it. I thought this movie was fantastic. I thought it should have gotten more awards, nominations at least, and I really, really loved it, so definitely check that out. And finally, I have to say, the opposite, one that got a lot of nominations for different awards that I do not recommend, is American Hustle. I did not hate this movie. I feel nothing toward this movie, and that's the problem. It did nothing for me. So I don't recommend it. If you missed it, don't think like, oh man, I wanted to check out all the awards movies. This is the one to skip, I gotta be honest with you. But that's it for your movies and DVDs coming out this week. Now let's move on over to Jake to find out what video games are coming out. Jake?
Hey you guys, it is such a great week for video game releases. We got a lot of stuff, so let's get right into it. First, but certainly not the worst, is Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. I'm a die-hard fan, and I really can't wait to play it. It's a short game, it's a quickie, but I can't wait. Second, we also have Final Fantasy HD, Final Fantasy X/Final Fantasy X-2 HD, and I'm really excited to play that because Final Fantasy X is one of my favorite Final Fantasies. Sorry guys, I know a lot of you might disagree, but I don't know, it's awesome, so I can't wait to replay it. I haven't played it since it's been on PlayStation 2, so it's going to be a good day. Also, we have Borderlands coming out for PlayStation Vita, Borderlands 2. Very cool. Apparently, it's basically the same game. I'm really interested in checking that out because Borderlands 2 was awesome, and there's so much awesome DLC for it that it's probably going to be worth checking out on Vita as well. And last but certainly not least, we have Infamous Second Son. This is the big one for PS4. This is like the first really big PS4 release, and I'm really pumped about it because Infamous is awesome. I gave Infamous 2 my game of the year back in 2011, so I'm really pumped for this. But that's it for video games, so let's move on over to Lauren with the TV stuff.
Hey everybody, lots of TV stuff this week. First we've got a series premiere on the CW. This is The 100, and best I could say about it is that it's kind of like After Earth or Oblivion, but like with hot people because it's the CW. Then as far as season premieres, we've got Whose Line Is It Anyway, also on the CW. They did this reboot over the summer and it was very well received. The entire cast is coming back again, and also Aisha Tyler, and I didn't think she was that bad at all. I mean, I wouldn't say I didn't miss Drew Carey, but I thought she was fine. She brought a good energy to it. Then there's also the season premiere of Da Vinci's Demons on Starz, and that show's great. I like it a lot. I mean, I don't love it, but I think that after getting through the first season, they'll work out the kinks, and the season will be great too. And then there is the season finale of Girls. This is pretty interesting because I hated the first half of the season, and then somewhere around the middle it like turned around and I loved it again. And it's like a really drastic change in opinion. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but I think that this season started out where I was like, I think I might stop watching, and the season ended where I'm so excited for the next season. And then also there is the season finale of Wahlburgers on A&E. I love this show. I don't watch a lot of reality TV, but if I'm going to watch reality TV, it's going to be about a famous family. In this case, it's the Wahlbergs. Mark Wahlberg, Donnie Wahlberg. They have this restaurant, and it started in Boston, of course. and they're expanding all over, and it's just really great and funny. I loved it a lot, and I think I've watched every single episode like when it airs, which is kind of crazy because it's a reality show. And then finally there is the Glee 100 episode. It's kind of crazy. Nobody expected the show to even like get picked up after the first half of the first season, and it did, and it like kept getting picked up, and now it's like this phenomenon. And they're bringing back all of the original characters, including Diana Agron, who was noticeably absent from the Cory Monteith tribute episode. So that's everything with TV this week. Next up is Andrew with the comics.
Hey guys, what's up? So we have some really good comics coming out this week. First up, we have American Vampire second cycle #1. Skinner, Sweet, and Pearl Jones are back. Pearl and Skinner are American-bred vampires with different powers and abilities than your average vampire. And this book is really kick-ass. Skinner Sweet is one of the best modern-day comic characters. Couldn't be more excited that it's back. Definitely check it out. This is a good jumping-on point if you guys have never picked up this series before. But I highly recommend that you pick up everything before this, because everything before this is great. And I have no doubt that this one is going to be bad or good. I don't know what I just said. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Up next, we have all new Ghost Rider #1 coming out on Marvel. We have a brand new character here to take the Ghost Rider mantle, and his name is Robbie Reyes. He is a West Coast street racer. Also coming out this week, we have Sex Criminals #5. I love this book. Matt Fraction kills it in his creator-owned series. It's so wacky. I mean, the title itself should give you a good sense of how wacky it is. It is meant for mature readers, obviously. It's called Sex Criminals, so go pick it up, read it, and then pass it on to your younger siblings and plague their minds now, because they're not going anywhere in life anyway. Might as well start them early. We also have Daredevil #1 coming out. Matt Murdock is back, and he's checking out of Hell's Kitchen and heading over to San Francisco. Mark Waid is back on the series. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't have him back, because his previous run killed it. So, makes perfect sense. Marvel knows what they're doing. Also this week we have Miss Marvel #2 coming out. Issue #1 really blew me away. I did not expect it at all to be as good as it was. Kamala, or I think that's how you say her name, is a great character, and I think she's a perfect choice for the new Miss Marvel. The first issue did a great job at introducing her, and seeing that this issue... the last issue ended with her getting her suit. I'm really excited to see where this continues, to see how she reacts to being Miss Marvel and how the world reacts. And last but definitely not least, we have Animal Man #29 coming out. This is the last issue of Jeff Lemire's amazing run on this character. I'm going to miss Buddy Baker. I'm going to miss everything about this series. But what's really cool about this issue is Jeff Lemire is doing, if not some of the art, all of the art. I could be wrong. I don't read everything because I'm a moron and words confuse me. Anyway, that's all I have for comics this week. Here's Kevin with the music, guys. Peace out.
Hey everybody, Kevin here with your music from the airport, actually, and the albums that we have to look forward to this week. The first one is Recess by Skrillex. Then we have Lost in the Dream by The War on Drugs. We have Supermodel from Foster the People, and Sex and Love by Enrique Iglesias. So people are probably looking at me like I'm crazy, because this is an airport. But I wanted to make sure that you guys knew that. And that's it from me. Now here is Paul.
So I've just been up all morning walking the streets of Manhattan trying to think of the next Full Reels topic. And while I was walking, I was thinking, hey, this would make a great story, you know? And then it hit me. I'll do biopics. This week's topic is about the greatest biopics ever made. Now, there have been a lot of interesting stories about people, some tragic and some fun. And we'll go through the list of the greats. All right? I'm excited about it. I'll see you on Sunday. And am I forgetting something? Back to you, Eric.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are your movies, video games, TV, music, and comics coming out this week, or that you should check out this week specifically, because there's obviously more things coming out, but these are the things we think you should check out. The giveaway winner this week is flashing on the screen right now. Unfortunately, I don't recall the name. I left the studio to go sit outside in Herald Square, and I totally forgot the name because I'm a dope. But congratulations to you. You win a free shirt from Be Obscure. You win a free shirt from BeObscure.com. Please write to us on Facebook.com/prettymuchit, and we will get your information to send you a free shirt. But that is it for this week's episode of Recca Monday. I hope you have a great week. I will see you again on Friday. That's pretty much it.